Well, he may have run out of options in the courts to avoid jail, but former President Jacob Zuma has not completely run out of road to serve less time. And when he gets out, his presidential perks will still be intact. Legal experts say Zuma could end up serving only a fifth of his 15-month sentence, or no time at all. Lindsay Dentlinger takes a look.
Former President Jacob Zuma is expected to hand himself over to police this weekend. Failure to do so would kickstart another set of legal processes.
If he doesn't do that, then he is again in contempt of that court order. So the next step would be an application for his arrest by way of a warrant of arrest. Then the police would have to take that warrant to go and serve it at his address.
Zuma will next appear at his corruption trial as an inmate in uniform, unless he applies to wear plain clothes. But his incarceration could mean further delays to the arms deal trial.
He might also affect that. He might say that he hasn't been able to consult properly with his lawyers because of problems with consultation at prison facilities. There's a lot of problems with lawyers consulting at correctional facilities these days because of the COVID-19.
Once imprisoned, Zuma could be granted a presidential pardon, or Cyril Ramaphosa could remit his sentence. Experts, however, say it's highly unlikely he will exercise these options and create a constitutional crisis.
The president making such a decision would have to make it on a rational basis and in the public interest. And presumably the Constitutional Court has already taken the public interest, rationality and all those factors into account in coming to its decision. So the president would have to have some new evidence or new facts to bring to bear on a decision to pardon former President Zuma.
So what happens to Zuma's presidential benefits, such as pension and medical aid, while he's behind bars? The short answer, nothing at all.
The former president's benefits are now regulated by the relevant legislation, and that legislation doesn't provide for a removal of benefits. It will only happen if that legislation is amended, and of course it will not be retrospective. It will only apply to a future case, and that's not going to happen. So the president retains all his benefits for the time being at least.
But Parliament could step in down the line.
These benefits have to be voted on every year by the National Assembly on the advice of the Commission, which determines the amount of the remuneration.
But a murky area is his VIP protection while in prison.
Once behind bars, Zuma could also apply for medical parole. At best, however, he could be reprieved through a concession granted to non-violent offenders to reduce overcrowding in prisons during the pandemic. Lindsay Dentlinger, Cape Town.